Check this out. Welcome to video 2 of the 3-video series. In today's video, we are going to learn how to calculate the gear ratio between the gears so we know what our torque multiplication or speed multiplication is going to be in each different gear of our transmission. Now, I'm not going to go through every single gear. If you want to kind of figure out how to do that, check out video 1 from this little series, and that will talk about how to get the power flow and figure out your power flow through the transmission. This video, video 2, we're going to go through first gear, calculate the gear ratio, and then from there you'll be able to use the power flow to calculate your gear ratios of second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, whatever gear it is that you're after. Driven over drive. If we have a small gear driving a large gear, as we do in the case of our input shaft on our output shaft, and for easy numbers, let's just use 10 teeth and 100 teeth. We have our drive gear and our driven gear. With me? So if we punch that into our formula of driven over drive, that would give us, that's supposed to be a 100. 100 divided by 10, which is a ratio of 10 to 1, or a torque multiplication of 10 to 1. So every one time that the large gear turns, the drive gear has had to turn 10 times to complete one rotation of the driven gear. That gives us a torque multiplication. If the sizing was opposite on that, so if our bigger gear here with 100 teeth was the drive gear and then the tiny gear was the driven, let's just redraw this out to try to keep it a little bit easier to follow. Drive, driven. And remember, our formula is still driven over drive, whether it's an underdrive or an overdrive ratio. But this time, it would be 10 over 100. However, the difference here is that the ratios are always expressed as a number 2, 1. So what does that mean? Well, this is an overdrive ratio. So if we divided 10 by 100, well, that would give us 0.1 to 1. That would be our ratio. Somebody on the internet is using a calculator. Please double check that for me before I post this. So overdrive, we get lots of speed. We do not have any torque because speed and torque are inversely proportional. What does that mean? As speed goes up, torque goes down. If torque goes up, speed comes down. So how do we translate this into this? Well, there's a second part to this formula because we have a drive and a driven and then a second drive and a driven. So we'd have drive 1 over driven 1 and then drive 2 over driven 2. Drive and driven times driven and drive, and specify the numbers. Driven 1 over drive 1 times driven 2 over drive 2. Now, to calculate the ratios of these, we have to count the number of teeth on the gear set. So in order to do that, we need to reliably be able to mark the gear set so that we can count and keep track. And I'm going to take this apart so that we can do this a little bit easier. Cue up the royalty-free music. That's running away. Alrighty, here we go. We can separate this out a little bit better. Okay. So on my input shaft, ooh, counter shaft's coming to visit. Hello. Oh, that felt nice. Should have used a wheel chock. Okay, so I hope you can see right here I have marked this tooth. And it might be a little bit easier with a white paint marker, but I did not have one handy, so that's what we're going to use. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Did I already count that tooth? Dang it. Pretty sure we did. So we have 23 teeth. Wicked. And then that gear interacts with this gear on the input shaft. So we're going to do the same thing. Mark out a tooth. And count the number of teeth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 38 teeth. And we'll just call this counter gear 1. So from here, let's have a look. That power flow comes in, down through counter gear 1, goes out, and then this is still on the counter shaft. Let's mark up a tooth. I'll just call this counter gear 1 out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 teeth. And it might be helpful as we're going through this, especially if you haven't done this a whole lot, to keep your drives and your drivens labeled. So our input is the drive. Our first counter gear is the driven, and that would be 1 and 1. The counter gear number 1 out is going to be drive number 2. And then our output gear, output shaft, main shaft, let's call that gear number 1, is going to be driven number 2. So the same thing, I need to mark out one of my teeth and then count the number of teeth. I'm going to move this counter shaft out of the way so I don't drop it on again. These are a little bit easier to count because they're not actually splined directly to the shaft. They mount up through the synchro hub, and that's how they're selected. But again, we're going to cover that in another video. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36 teeth. 36 teeth. Cool. Stay. So again, let's just take our formula and write it down so we have it handy. Driven 1 over drive 1 times driven 2 over drive 2. And we've already labeled all of our numbers. We've already done the count. So let's just plug our numbers in. Driven 1 over drive 1. Well, driven 1 is 38 teeth. Drive 1 is 23 teeth. That gets multiplied by driven 2, which is 36 teeth, over drive 2, which is 16 teeth. Now, from here, there's a couple of ways that you can do this. You could do this division first, and then do your second division, get your two numbers, and then multiply them, and you'd get your answer. Or you can multiply across and then do the division and get your answer. Both ways work. Know that multiplying across will give you a slightly more precise number due to rounding errors. When you are doing the individual divisions, rounding, then multiplying them together and rounding them again, both get you close though. So let's try both ways and see where we end up. Okay, so we'll go across first. 38 times 36 equals 1,368 divided by 23 times 16. 23 times 16 equals 368. So what that is now we go 1,368. Wow, that worked out nicely. Divided by 368, and that gives us 3.72 to 1. Anytime you look up a gear ratio, they're always going to be rounded to 2 decimal places. So that's what I did there, is I just rounded that to 2 decimal places. Does that make sense for first gear? Well, we know that first gear has to be a torque multiplication. I know that this came out of a truck. It was a light-duty truck. But yeah, that kind of makes sense for first gear. We want to have a lot of torque. We don't need a whole lot of speed. And then you just do the same thing for second gear, third gear, fourth gear, reverse. It's fifth gear. Fourth gear would be pretty straightforward on this one because it's a 1-to-1. So literally you're in and you're out. But let's, I told you there was another way to do this math. So let's do it the other way and let's see what happens. Let's see what we get. So I said we go 38 divided by 23, and that gives us 1.652. And that has to get multiplied by 36 divided by 16 equals 2.25. And if I multiply 2.25 by 1.652, I should get a number that is very close to the number I got the first time I did it. So 2 different ways to do the math. They give you very, very close to the same result. Now, if you're doing a lot of calculations on this, I'd highly recommend using a scientific calculator with a history because it is very, very easy to make a mistake in here somewhere and get totally off on the numbers. And when your calculator's got a history on it, really nice to be able to double check and cross-reference it. So, same process. I don't feel like we have to go through all the other gears because it's literally the exact same thing. So please tell me if this helped. Hit that like and subscribe button so you can see it when I post a video on the explanations of all the other workings of this transmission. And let me know what else I can do to help you out. Have a great diagnostic journey. See you on the other side.